Okay, here's a little help on 11.3, number 10. The student got through the first part of the question okay, and they set up the null and alternative hypotheses correctly. Here we have, I should have read the problem first. Do women feel differently from men when it comes to tax rates? Um, so the survey asked, what percent of income do you believe individuals should pay in income tax? And so we're trying to figure out, we're using hypothesis testing to figure out if women and men feel differently about the tax rates. Okay. So the default or the null hypothesis is that they feel the same, and we just want to see if they feel differently. So to do this with StatCrunch, first we're going to open the data. This is one where they actually, instead of giving you a summary, give you the raw data. And so we're given this table where we have all the females respondents reporting here and all the male respondents reporting here. It kind of was nice to rename this. You'll see in a second why once I'm using the calculator. Whoops. I still want to keep it tax rate, but I'll include an F there just so I know that that's the female. And I'm going to make this tax rate M for male. Okay. Now to do the hypothesis test, what we want to do is stat, right? Because these are independent. These two groups of data are independent. We're doing a mean, so that's t-stats. And because they're independent, we're doing two sample, not paired. And here we have with data, right? Because they're giving us the data. Now to set it up like they have, where the male comes first, we want sample values tax rate M here, which is out of the order the way it is in the columns. So I remember I did this problem once when I was trying it out, and I got the wrong test statistic, but I just got the sign wrong because I did tax rate of females here, and then the tax rate that the males reported here. So that could be tricky in this problem. You make sure that pool variances is off, and our hypothesis testing is already set up the way we want it to. The null is that there's no difference, and the alternate is that there is a difference, that they're not zero. And we just hit compute. Okay, and that gives us the t-stat here, which we round to two places, negative 0.98. Check that. Okay. And then the p-value, which is rounded to three places, 0.329. Check that. Okay. And then now all we have is to decide whether to reject or not the null hypothesis. So since the p-value is 32% there, and we're testing at a 5% level of significance, we're not going to reject the null hypothesis. So do not reject. There's not sufficient evidence at this level of significance to conclude that the mean income tax rate for males is different from the mean income tax rate for females. So based on this data, we can't conclude there's really any difference between female and males in terms of tax rate they choose, at least to the 0.05 level of significance. So I hope that helps on this question.